Welcome to my channel Techify with Adil. So here we will be seeing about how to create and manage users with Azure portal. So I have already logged into my Azure portal. This is for my lab purposes. I have this portal created, so I'll be using this. So once you logged into your Azure portal, so here you will be once you log into Azure portal, you can see under the here you can see the Microsoft Entra ID. So once you click the Microsoft Entra ID, it will be into a Entra ID panel. So here you will see users, group, external identities, roles, administrator, all the options. Then you click on users. So by default there will be only one user using which you created the account. Then I'm just adding a new user. So there's two options. As we mentioned in my previous video, we can create a member user or guest user. So create new user refers to member user. So user principal name, so I'm just creating it as 02, since already my account is the first one. So nickname as this one. So display name, we just make it as 02 as well, and the password I just password 123, and must uncheck. Then so we click on review and create. So we're creating, so review, and actually you can go to this next properties to choose identity, job descriptions, the contact information, and assignments. You want to add them to a group, or you want to add them to a role, you can add here. Say you want to do some maybe you're adding him to network administrator, then you can just add him as a network administrator, then review and create. So the user has been successfully created. So by this you can create a, just refresh, you can see the user here. So other way, I'm inviting an external user. So just you need to add an external user here. Then add Microsoft.com. So how do you want to display this? We display this as so you can have your message, or you want to CC someone, you can do. Then invite indirect URL, then review, if it's all good, then just send an invite. So the invite has been successfully sent. So once the user the user we invited is accepting the request, then you should be able to see him over here. So next part we will be seeing how do we create a group. So as the same, we go back, uh, Entra ID. So here you can see groups. So initially we don't have any groups, we just create a new group. So group type we have security and Microsoft 365. So the security group is for the resource access, and for the Microsoft 365 is for the access of SharePoint sites, etc. with the mail enabled. So here for example we just create a security group name as sales. So you can give group description, and Microsoft Entra roles can be assigned to this group. Membership type is assigned dynamic user and dynamic device. If it's a dynamic user, then you will need to set up the policy, what should it follow for adding the users. That's a query, add dynamic query. So as an example, we have a display name or company name, a country or department. So here equals, and we are adding, for example, sales here. So we are adding a dynamic query and we are creating the group. So we found the group here, all groups, and we see group, and in the group we don't see any total direct members, we don't see any users here. So now what we do is we go back, users, and we create a user 03 03. We just leave it like that. Next properties, here we department as sales, review and create. Okay, so in the meanwhile we will go to this group 2, then user 2. Here this user don't have any groups added, so we are adding group. So this one we will not be able to add now because this is a dynamic group. So if you want to add this user to this group, either this user should be from sales department, or you must create a new group that is a assigned group. You create another group, new group, security, group name is sales 2, and this assigned group, create. Then go back to the user, you see this user, groups, add membership, select. So this user is added to the group now. So this is assigned. For the dynamic one, you will have to use the query to add. So we go back, enter ID. Now we see this user. I have added this user manually to the sales 2 group. This user, while creating, we haven't added him to any of the group, but for the group we created earlier, we had a query added to it. So by that, when we go to the group, he should be under the sales group because we have added a query to this group. Any user from sales department will be added to this group by default, so automatically will be added. So if I'm going back to the users, this user, and I'm editing the properties, department. So I'm making him as a sales 2 department. I'm saving that. Then I go back to the groups. All groups. I go to sales members. So still this user is here. Just take some time for the refresh. So once it's refreshed, this user will be removed because this user is no more under the sales department. He is under the sales 2 department, so he will be removed from this group. Because of this, he should be removed from this group. So this is how you can manage the users and the groups as well. So it's very straightforward and easy. Just you will have to understand the concepts of